We all know that marketing is a powerful tool for bringing clients to your business. However, marketing for Medspa industry is not as straightforward. In this video series, I will be discussing marketing strategies that can be effective in Medspa business. My name is Valentina Stefan. I am a doctor of medical science, aesthetic physician assistant, founder of Hello Gorgeous Medical Spa and Medspa from scratch. In this video, I'm going to go over specifics of defining your target audience. Whether doing marketing yourself or hiring a company, defining your target audience is the first step. This will narrow your marketing efforts to make your marketing more effective and less costly. In medical aesthetics, your clients can be anybody from teenagers to patients in the 80s, males, females, and people of all walks of life. To narrow it down, you need to create several targeting groups. Latest aesthetic industry report by Medspa showed that the biggest population that uses Medspa services are females between ages of 35 and 55. So let's make it into your first primary targeting group. Now let's imagine that client. For you to be effective in your marketing, you have to think of all the details. Maybe you could know the person who fits that profile. Let's call that person Stacy. Stacy is a 40-year-old female. She graduated college a long time ago and now well into her career. And she's making good money, but she also has a lot of different obligations. She has children of various ages with their extracurricular activities. She is in relationships, typically married, divorced and dating, married, divorced, and married again. And perhaps has some aging parents she also is concerned about. It is important for Stacy to look good. In her mind, she still feels like she's late 20s, early 30s, and she would like to look as such. Even though she does have money to spend, she needs to rationalize because she does have a lot of other commitments such as children and gym, her new fancy diet, taking care of multiple different things. So she is looking for good pricing. The other challenge that she has is time. All of her life commitments take a lot of time of her schedule. So for her also a convenience of the Medspa is important. So how do you market to Stacy? For Stacy, you have to look at the social media where she's at. She's probably not watching a lot of television as her time commitments, but she is probably on the social media. She could be a user of all kinds of variable social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So your ad can be placed across the board. To advertise to Stacy, your marketing should be on point. She needs to be able to understand what is the offer about from the first few seconds of looking at it. Also, it must be a good deal, but feels professional and not too cheap or risky. She is an experienced consumer. She knows how much things cost, and she's not going to go to the place which doesn't look legit. For targeting geographical area for Stacy, you can keep it pretty small. She is not a kind of person who will be driving hours to some location for get a Botox. Timing is important, so emphasize that convenient hours, that your appointment is going to be in and out without delays. Your second targeting group is young females. This is a group of females younger than 35. These are your younger millennials and Gen Zs. According to the Medspa analysis, this is the fastest growing group for Medspa businesses. Now let's picture her. Let's call her Brittany. Brittany is a 28-year-old who is dating, doesn't have children yet, finished her college, kind of starting to figure out her career. She has free money to spare because she doesn't have a lot of financial commitments. So anything she makes, she can spend on herself. Brittany is young. She doesn't have any age-related problems, but she grew up with the social media. An idea of perfection, flawless look is something that she cannot get away from. She spends time researching online and finding all kinds of flaws and comparing her face to her face with a filter and considering doing some enhancements such as lips, nose, cheeks, or chin. Because social media is a big source of information for her, she's also researching med spas from there. It is more important to her how many followers you have on your Instagram account than how many years you have been doing medical aesthetics. To successfully advertise to your young female targeting group, you can use social media like TikTok and Instagram. Those will be the most commonly used platforms for them. Make sure that everything looks really nice, very glamorous. You must create an image of the luxury and really popular med spa. You can use some influencers, or at least make sure that on all of your videos and photos you use a very good looking, beautiful young female who could be an influencer or some kind of social media star. Keep your advertising light and entertaining. Make sure it's no longer than 15 seconds. Next marketing groups are females over 55. This used to be a dominant group. However, growth in this group is much slower in recent years. In this group, the management of expectation is a big challenge for any med spas. So there are two different females in this group. One is somebody who've never used the Botox or fillers before, and they're expecting more of a facelift results even with a minimal amount of product. And the second group are the females who've been using Botox fillers and other aesthetic medicine services for a while, and they have pretty realistic expectations, but also things may work a little bit different now that the skin is more mature. If you can manage the expectations successfully, though, it is the most loyal group of patients, and even more so, their referrals to their friends and their close social contacts is really common in this age group. This patient group does have access to money, but it is probably more of the fixed amount of money because it's more likely that they're going to be retired at that point. Yet there is not as much of a money commitment for families and other people, so they can actually spend some money on themselves. But you're always going to be competing with other social activities, cruises, vacations, dinners, and other shopping. Females in this group are likely to establish relationship with their provider. They're not likely to jump from one med spa to another if they like their provider and they trust them. For them, your medical credentials are very important. It is not somebody who will be impressed by a number of your followers, but they will be impressed by your medical credentials, your publications, and your medical degrees. Your marketing channels for this group is Facebook out of social media and maybe even television. Your ad must show somebody of their age. If you're showing a 20-year-old female and advertising it on Facebook, you're probably just wasting your money. Your under 35 patients are not on Facebook, and your over 55 patients are not on TikTok. Another wonderful thing about this age group is the social connections. These females, they socialize in a small group of tight female friends who just go to regular outings and they discuss things, including your services. So if you make one of them happy and really connect to them, you have a high chance of having all of her friends coming to you as well. So for your marketing efforts, emphasize the referral program, emphasize your medical credentials, and use the proper channels. Last but not least, your male patients. Despite all predictions, male aesthetic population is still not growing very fast. Females are still dominating users for aesthetic procedures. However, younger male clients are more adaptive to ideas of Botox and fillers and more likely to come in to see you. There are two types of male patients who come for aesthetic treatments. One is a gay man, and two is heterosexual men who most likely been referred by his significant other. For gay men, visual beauty is important, including aesthetics. They do care about their skin, their look, and they will be interested in finding out the ways to slow down the aging. They're willing to come in and do your services a little bit more frequently than would your heterosexual clients. To advertise to gay men, you would use the same strategies as you would use to your female groups. However, of course, use the pictures of males. Second type of clients in your male group are heterosexual male. In their case, most likely they are brought by their significant others or sometimes even their mom. advertising to this group is useless. So you need to advertise to actually their significant others. Make sure for your female clients that you do mention that you have a lot of male clients who can benefit from those services, and emphasize things that men can benefit from: Botox, some gentle fillers, and laser hair removal. So now that you know your target audience, where do you start? Well, start with number one. Look at where your med spa is. So see, is there a retirement community next to your med spa, or is there a big population of families with your females aged 35 to 55? Also, consider your personal strengths. Are you wonderful at creating Instagram and TikTok reels? Maybe advertising to millennials and Gen Zs will be your way to go. Females in that age group are not as concerned about distance to your medical spa. They will travel to the med spa that's been recommended by some powerful influencer, or a med spa which is really popular on social media. So this could be your niche as well. If you can grow your social media accounts and create really powerful, entertaining short videos and reels for your younger patients, you will have a fair amount of them traveling from all over the place, and you can be successful in that way. Now that's it for today. Now you know your target audience groups, and you can make really successful marketing to reach them. I hope this video was helpful. Stay tuned for part 2 of our marketing discussion. And of course, I have an entire course of med spa marketing where I reveal the main secret of marketing and sales. And I will leave the link below. Feel free to click on it and check it out. And if you like this video, find it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Till next time.